The day you wake up and realize you've been surviving life for so long that you don't even recognize the old version of yourself can definitely be hard to accept. But if I'm being honest, I don't even know if I want to find the old version of myself because the old version of me was surviving life. This version of me is going to live it. Welcome to Rewriting Out Loud, where real life, real growth, and real rewriting happens out loud. I'm your host, Imani, and this is a space for mothers and women healing, growing, and rewriting themselves through real life. You know, the first step to rewriting your story is actually accepting where you are right now. Not where you wish you were, not where you thought you'd be, but where you are actually right now. And my mama used to always tell us growing up, I know I always tell y'all something my mama said, but now that I'm older, I truly understand a whole lot more. But she always used to tell us, only you know when you've had enough. And she wasn't just talking about relationships. She meant jobs, friendships, situations, habits, and life in general. We spend so much time asking other people what they would do. We go looking for opinions, advice, and validation. But at the end of the day, what is enough for somebody else may not be enough for you. And I've just reached a point where I've had enough. I've had enough of feeling stuck, enough of feeling confused, enough of feeling like I'm constantly surviving life instead of actually living it. I do not want to continue moving through life feeling hopeless or waiting for things to magically change. I don't want to keep faking the confidence without actually building the confidence. I don't want to keep putting everybody else's needs ahead of my own while completely ignoring myself. I'm definitely not shrinking my personality anymore just to make everybody else comfortable. I think rewriting your story starts when you finally get honest with yourself and admit that you want more for your life than what you've been settling for. But once I accepted that I wanted more for my life, I started noticing something else. I didn't need to find myself again. I needed to reconnect with parts of myself that never got the chance to grow. Finding yourself again isn't about going backwards. It's about discovering parts of yourself you never met before, or watering parts of yourself you never allowed to grow. I've always gone around saying, I'm shy this, I'm shy that. I don't want to do this because I'm so shy. And nobody never believes me, by the way. I don't know why. But the more I've gone through this healing journey and the journey of rewriting myself and the process of rewriting my story, the more I've realized I'm actually not shy at all. People who truly know me know that I'm the life of the party sometimes. I'm funny without trying to be. I'm kind. I'm loving. I have a huge heart. I help everybody or anybody that I can if I have it. And I can hold a conversation with just about anybody once I'm comfortable. Now, am I a little standoffish at first? Absolutely. Because I like to feel you out first. I like to read the room. I like to make sure the energy is right. But being cautious and being shy are two completely different things. And I think for a long time, I confused the two. One of the biggest things I've discovered about myself is that I've spent a lot of my life playing in the background. Not because I wanted to be, but just because somewhere along the way, I felt like I needed to shrink myself. Shrink my personality, shrink my creativity, shrink my voice, shrink my presence. I felt like I was supposed to stay behind the scenes instead of allowing myself to be seen. And the crazy part is, when I look at my daughter, I always wonder where she gets her social butterfly personality from. But a moment of truth for y'all, she more than likely definitely gets it from me. Because when I think back to who I was before life started hardening me, I was definitely happy. I was social, I was loving, I was open, I was expressive, But somewhere along the way, I definitely convinced myself that I had to harden my heart to survive life. I really convinced myself I needed this rough exterior, when in reality, that's never really been who I was. And if I'm being completely honest and super honest and just being vulnerable with y'all, I'm naturally a lover girl. I have a big heart, and if I care about you, I care about you. If I have it, you have it, and if I can help you, I'm going to help you. That's always been who I am. If you've been enjoying the conversations on Rewriting Out Loud, then you'll probably connect deeply with the books too. The Rewriting Out Loud collection includes books written for women navigating healing, growth, motherhood, identity shift, and rewriting in real time. You can shop all paperback books now on the Rewriting Out Loud website at rewritingoutloud-shop.fourthwall.com. Now back to the show. The problem wasn't that those parts of me disappeared. The problem was that I locked them away for so long that they never got the chance to grow. I think that's what I've been realizing lately. I'm not becoming a new person. I've always been her. I've always been feminine. I've always been loving. I've always been soft. I've always been creative. I've always had a voice. I just kept those parts of me hidden for so long that they never got sunlight. They never got watered. But now, during this season of my life, I'm finally giving those parts of me permission to grow. Once I realized I built so much of my life around everybody else's expectations and not enough around my own happiness, things are starting to change for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here acting like I have everything figured out, because I definitely don't. If you know me, you know I don't have nothing figured out. I don't have it figured out. I'm still super early in this journey now, y'all. Give me grace. But I am noticing a difference. You know why? Because every day now I'm making a choice to choose myself. I'm choosing my happiness. I'm choosing my peace. I'm choosing to spend less time worrying about what everybody else has to say about my life. And for so long, I was always thinking, well, what are people going to say? If I do this, what will they think? If I change this, what will they think? If I start showing up differently, what will they think? But now, I don't give a damn. Well, you didn't do that before. Okay, I'm doing it now. You never dressed like that before. Okay, I'm dressing like that now. Oh, you never talked like this before. You would never say that before. Okay, I'm talking like this now, and I'm saying it now. People get so uncomfortable when you start growing in ways they never expected. They get uncomfortable when you stop following the script they had written for you. And sometimes the people around you would rather see you stay the same than watch you evolve. But that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to live your life, not to perform it for others. And for the first time in a long time, I'm learning how to enjoy my life. I'm learning how to enjoy watering the parts of me that never got the sunlight. I'm enjoying watching the parts of me finally grow. You know what surprised me the most? The more I allow myself to grow, the more I start liking who I was becoming. And that's something I struggled with for so long. Because how can I teach my kids to love themselves if I'm not loving myself? How can I teach my kids not to shrink themselves if I'm shrinking myself every day? Watching my natural personality come back has been one of the most beautiful parts of my journey, but one of the most hardest parts of my journey as well. I love being seen. I'm loving allowing my presence to be felt. But it's scary. It's for sure it's scary. Because for almost 30 years, I've spent so much time playing in the background. I spent so much time shrinking myself. I spent so much time trying not to take up so much space. And yes, sometimes I still definitely have my moments of doubt. I'm human. It's going to happen. Sometimes I still wonder if I'm doing too much. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? What are you doing? My nervous system be attacking me because it's like, what are you doing? But I'm reminding myself when I feel like that I'm not doing too much. I'm just finally allowing myself to be exactly who I've always been. The loving version, the feminine version, the creative version, the confident version, the joyful version. The version that spent so many years waiting for permission to come back out. When she never really needed the permission in the first place. She was always there. I'm just finally stopping hiding her. I'm just finally not hiding her anymore. Rewriting your story isn't about becoming someone completely different. It's about reconnecting with the parts of yourself that got buried beneath survival mode, expectations, fear, and life. The goal isn't to find the old version of yourself. The goal is to finally give the real version of yourself room to grow. And if you're in a season where you're rediscovering yourself too, I hope you really give yourself permission to be seen. Because the parts of you you've been hiding might be the very parts that make you who you are. Make sure you guys are subscribed and following Rewriting Out Loud and connect with us on Instagram and TikTok. And as always, until next time, keep rewriting your story out loud. Thank you for spending this time with me on Rewriting Out Loud. Remember, it's never too late to rewrite your own story. Until next time, keep healing, growing, and rewriting out loud.